So I'm getting closer to being finished with this door jamb. I threw the couple of pieces on there to see how close I got it. This is why I took the time to carefully remove the old pieces so I can use them as a guide for reproducing the curves and everything for my new metal. They came in handy as far as making the shapes and which direction I need to go with the bends and stuff. As you can see, it's a pretty close match as far as this piece right here, how well it matches your old metal. Right there would be where the Ford put the seam sealer, and that's where the water would come down and rot this section and pretty much go to crap from there. But the lip of this old metal would be the bottom of the cowl panel, and that's supposed to come up and run along here. That's going to be the next part that I'm going to work on getting done. But you can see everything lines up pretty good. Yeah, there's a gap there, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, I'm just kind of doing this by freehand and trying to get as close as possible. So but this was the biggest piece for getting the guide for knowing how to do it. The curve, I reproduced the curve. I had to cut it off, and I just pretty much use this post. This right here and this is still part of the factory stuff, and I just use a hammer and dolly and just kind of made that come out. I did a relief cut. This is all one piece, but I did a relief cut and then just started hammering this to get it to start the curve. Right here I put it in the vise, bent it out, and then started making it into a curve. The inner piece, which is going to have a spot weld right there to hold the outside to this inner piece. Like I was saying, I had to cut the point off of it. I cut the point off, and then this comes around. This is one solid piece and goes there, and then it's hidden underneath the backside, but it forms the top of this lip, and there's supposed to be two spot welds right there. For doing all the curves and stuff, I pretty much started from the outside and then worked my way down into this. It's multiple pieces. Every line I kind of drew a line where the welds are, but one piece, there's another one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. This was a relief cut because this is one solid piece. This is another piece welded into there, and then this is the factory stuff, and then this is another one, because as I started to bend it and do the cuts, it starts to open up, so making another piece to fit that. But I kept going back and forth with this to know how far to go down with it. I tried making this out of one piece. I didn't get anywhere with it. I wasn't remotely close, so this was easier to just sit there and weld it here, and then take the body hammer and start tapping it down, do a spot weld, check it, and just keep working my way, and just tack welding everything, and just keep working the way down until I get into this curve. This area was the hardest to do, just because it's such a steep curve, which is why I had to add that little piece in there. But I got it where it needed to go, so that's the easiest way to do it. Once the metal is hot, once you start spot welding it, the metal gets hot. It makes it a lot easier to get it to start the curve. So I'm pretty happy with how that came out. Like I said, I got to do 2 spot welds here. There's 2 more spot welds there, and 3 along here because there's the back panel there. But it's getting there. A little bit more messing with it, but I cut that section out, and I'm going to do the flat piece, and since this is curved, it's going to be too hard to take that big piece and make a curve. So I'll tack weld this in as one solid piece, and then I'll take another piece, use that as my curve, and then just tack it in place. Then I can take it back out, fully weld that seam, and then grind the back side of it so it's rounded off like that. So that'll give me my piece for that, and that just gets spot welded on there, and spot weld along there. Now you start putting it back together. That's it.